It's 7 o'clock and it's time for the evening rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Tell a friend to tell a friend that the conversation has begun. Today is July 15, 2025. It's a Tuesday, and I want to implore all of you that we have quite a lot to talk about. On the evening rush, we look at topical issues across Nigeria's socio-economic and political landscape. Issues that made quite the headlines today set the buzz for the conversation. And I must tell you, due to recent events, questions are being asked by Nigerians right now as to what Nigeria's economic trajectory means, what our social affairs and welfare sector indicates with what currently happened with former President Muhammadu Buhari. Former President Muhammadu Buhari passed on in a private London clinic. Okay, in that clinic is known as one of the most expensive clinic in the UK. Now you need to know how much money is being used by past presidents, ministers who actually visit that clinic for healthcare checkup or treatment or personal and physical upgrade. Now, these are taxpayers' monies. Nigerians have complained in the past, but the what brought it to the motion to the fore is the fact that former President Muhammadu Buhari died in a foreign land. He did not die in his humble home in Daura. And it made a lot of Nigerians research and recall how much money has been set aside in Asurok Villa Clinic, how much money is being used for our public healthcare facilities like the general hospitals and the state clinics. These general hospitals and state clinics, specifically the state general hospitals, are meant to be taken care of or maintained by the state government. The clinics are meant to be facilitated and financed by the local governments, and we have most of these facilities overwhelmed. Throngs of Nigerians visit these facilities, but then they have low quality staff sometimes, and even those that have proper staff are usually not available to take care or cater for the needs of the number of Nigerians who visit these medical facilities. Sometimes there is no empathy from the nurses or the doctors when it comes to emergency cases at the general hospitals. They are so used to patients passing off on the lobby, on the floor, even at the center when they just come, that they just take the body somewhere. It's a lot of issues in our healthcare sector that needs to be discussed. But I want us to take a very brief listen to this. Some Nigerians actually went to the medical center where former President Muhammadu Buhari passed on. I want us to take a listen to them describing the medical facility and what it connotes or what it indicates. These are basically what transpired that led to Nigerians asking questions as to what are leaders doing with our taxpayers' money.
Live from the London clinic. This is the London clinic. This is the London's largest, as we're quoted, private hospital. Just on Harley Street. Now those who know can only but imagine the cost of a night's treatment here. For a suite of rooms in which you will be treated in, you can only but imagine the cost. But yet this place here, the London Clinic, with another branch just across the road there, was the place where the average Nigerian can't even enter the door, because they'd have to get on the plane to come here. Having got on the plane to come here, not only was the person who misruled us for how many years able to get full treatment, but he was able for it to be without payment from his pocket. At London's largest private hospital, Harley Street. Now, citizen, I'm sure you have something to say.
You know, there's something very, very that is stirring. You know, that will make, there's something galling about this. This is the same man they said who stayed here receiving treatment in a private hospital in London. This same man, I remember him, I said this before, as a child growing up in Nigeria, when he toppled Buhari's, Shagari's government. The first thing they said was that Nigerian hospitals has deteriorated. That was what he said when they come up with that coup. The same man came to London in a private hospital
Question we must ask. As we can quote from staff, as we told, we didn't film them because we like to leave them as anonymous. We were told he was here between 2 weeks and 10 days. 10 days, 2 weeks, that kind of thing.
All right. I would like to pause and then apparently Muhammad Buhari has been there for 2 weeks, and 10 days for the medical treatment. So as at the time we heard that he was flown, apparently he had been taken to the clinic way before then. And according to Mamandora, he said that he was with former President Muhammad Buhari. Saturday night, and he left the hospital by 9 p.m. on Saturday. That's when he left the hospital. That the former president was in high spirit and looking forward to actually return home. He was basically asking for the bills of those who accompanied him at their hotels to be sorted out. That is, those who came around, his family members and some close relatives. He was more of asking for their bills to be settled and looking forward to returning, that he was in high spirits, or for him to have gotten a call that he has actually passed on. He indicated that it was quite a devastating moment for him and a lot of Nigerians. Now, while that is the case, again, I don't know if you had listened to us during the world news at 6. I reeled out how much has been spent on the Asurok clinic and the budget spent on the Asurok clinic since 2015. All right. In 2015, 3.9 billion naira was earmarked for the Asurok State House Clinic. In 2016, 3.87 billion naira was earmarked. In 2017, 3.2 billion naira was earmarked. In 2018, 1.08 billion naira was earmarked. In 2019, 850 million naira was earmarked. In 2021, the reason why that of 2020 did not happen, that there was COVID. So most everyone was literally inside. That was when the chief of staff of the former president passed on because, he fell prey to COVID and they couldn't travel out at the time. In 2021 as well, remember, the 1.3 billion naira was earmarked for the Asurok clinic, the new wing. They said they wanted to extend the Asurok clinic to be more accommodating. They wanted to bring in state-of-the-art medical equipment. So for the new wing, 1.3 billion naira in 2021 was earmarked. The same 2021, another 693 million naira was earmarked for the Asurok clinic. In 2022, 708.75 million naira was earmarked. In 2023, 455.2 million naira was earmarked for the Asurok clinic. And in 2024, 1.33 billion naira under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was earmarked for the Asurok clinic. And despite all these funds allocated for the Asurok clinic, these presidents and their aides and their family members still travel out of the country for medical checkup, medical treatment, medical patch-up, whatever it is you can indicate. The president, anytime he needs to travel for any official purpose, must definitely visit the hospital for a checkup, for an update. So the big question is this a deliberate act by our leaders to leave our medical sector moribund? If the Asurok Villa cannot give them that hope, cannot give them that assurance and that confidence that, okay, since I am the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I'm supposed to create a state-of-the-art medical facility in Asurok where I do not need to travel out. I could possibly ask a doctor to come and check me up and I have all that is required in Asurok. Despite all these monies, despite all these funds, nothing, I repeat, nothing has been done about it. At some point in time, former First Lady Aisha Buhari said that the Asurok clinic was under-facilitated. It didn't even have equipment and that there were no drugs. She said it was even difficult to find Panadol in the Asurok clinic that had all the monies earmarked for it. Now, for the former spokesperson, Femi Adesina of Muhammadu Buhari, this is why he said that the former president liked to travel out. According to him, that the former president would have died a long time ago if he had been using Nigerian hospitals. I don't know how he sounded when he was saying this, but let's take a brief listen to him.
He always had his medicals in London, even when he was not in office. So it was not about the time he was president alone. He had always had it in London. And then you have to be alive first to get certain things changed or corrected in your country. If he had said, I'll do my medicals in Nigeria just as a show off or something. He could have long been dead because there may not be the expertise needed in the country. But he needed to be alive to be able to lead the country to a point where we will have that expertise. So those who glibly talk of going abroad, they don't know that a man needs to be alive first before he can effect a change. Without hearing from him, without seeking the truth, the media went to town and carried that 2.8 billion was missing under his watch. For a man who valued integrity, for a man who valued accountability, it hurt most deeply. Most deeply. Later he told me under his administration as a civilian president that he parted ways with the media from that time.
All right, that was Femi Additional speaking there, having to verify and would I say defend his principle for wanting to go abroad or visit foreign medical centers aside from Nigeria. And he clarified that even before he became the president, former President Muhammadu Buhari had always traveled out of the country for medical checkup. If I have the time, I'll try to see how I can get how much money that private clinic in London, each of the representatives of our government or even former President Muhammadu Buhari, how much they actually spend for the upkeep there, or even passing one night in that place. It's the most expensive hospital in the UK. That is, if they'll be able to let us have access to it. Being a very private clinic, they may actually want to put privacy in some of these things as an undertaking or an agreement has been signed by them. Now, another thing we'll be looking into today is the fact that Atiku's aide and Bayo Onanuga had a serious clash. Atiku's aide is dragging Bayo Onanuga for weaponizing and using the death of Muhammadu Buhari for propaganda and causing a political war. So here is the thing. Frank Shaibu is a special advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar. He slammed President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's aide, Bayo Onanuga, for dragging the late former President Muhammadu Buhari into a propaganda war. Now, this came after an ex-user shared a video of a massive crowd at Buhari's campaign rally in Ibadan. Let me take that again. This comes after an ex-user, that is formerly known as Twitter, shared a video of a massive crowd at Buhari's campaign rally in Ibadan, suggesting the late former president had widespread support beyond the north. Onanuga now responded to the post and wrote a video to reject the memory of those who claimed only Buhari's 12 million votes gave him the presidency in 2015 and 2019. Now, you know that before Buhari passed on, there were talks about how Tinubu was the one that enabled him become the president. Some persons said no, it wasn't Tinubu, and I'm referring to Boss Mustafa, the former chief of staff. He said it's not true, that without Tinubu, they got 12 million votes, and while Tinubu and his supporters came around, they only got about 3 million votes in the southwest, meaning that significantly in the grand scheme of things, Tinubu's votes did not really make any major contributing factor to former President Muhammadu Buhari emerging. And so the back and forth continued. So Bayo Onanuga, responding to that post, maybe he didn't see it on time or he wasn't conscious of the timing, decided to use that as a means by saying that you think it was the North that basically gave him the vote. Sorry, look at the crowd of supporters even outside the North. They were the ones who actually helped him become the president. And, the aide of Atiku now responded. He said at Onanuga, is this how low the Tinubu presidency has sunk? Because I want you to remember that Bayo Onanuga eventually he deleted that tweet. When he put that tweet out there, a lot of people were reacting, and I'm sure you know, it's like these guys are afraid of the Northerners. The North will do something, they will not talk, they will not chastise them, they will nothing, they will just keep quiet. They will rather blame it on someone else or something else. But when it has to do with the North, they literally, deliberately shy out of it and shut up. They keep quiet. They don't chastise, they don't criticize. It's like they're afraid of the North. I don't know why. So when a lot of reaction was coming from there, possibly from the Northerners, Bayo Onanuga now deleted that tweet. So in reaction to that deleted tweet, Atiku's aide now wrote and said, Is this how low the Tinubu presidency has sunk? Fighting ghosts because it can't face Nigerians, blaming a dead man because the living one in Asurok is clueless? If at M. Buhari was so irrelevant, why is your presidency still trembling at his shadow and his 12 million votes? Why are you dragging his corpse into a propaganda war just to defend a regime choking under its own incompetence? Let's be honest, Tinubu has failed in record time. His renewed hope is now renewed hunger, and his legacy is already hiding behind the coffin of his predecessor. This isn't governance. It's a circus of insecurity where those in charge panic at the truth and lash out at the dead because they have lost control of the living. The Tinubu presidency can't tame inflation, can't stop the naira from bleeding, can't keep the light on or salaries paid, but has time to launch a PR war against a dead man. A government that is losing the living is now picking fight with the dead. If this is the best at official parts media team can offer, then we truly have no leadership, only loud bitterness masking quiet failure. Let's stop pretending no presidential aide attacks a former head of state who isn't even buried without clearance from the top. If at official bats did not approve the gutter level assault on Buhari's legacy, let him prove it. Sack at Anonuga 1956 now. Otherwise, Nigerians will know this isn't just indiscipline, it's a cowardly heat job signed by the president himself. Bayo Onanuga has been known to make a lot of slurry comments that incites the polity, and nobody reprimands, nobody says anything. So it's deduced that maybe the presidency is in support of some of the things that he puts out there. Well, this is basically from what's his name, the special advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar on public communication, Frank Shaibu, in reaction to Bayo Onanuga responding to a post on a video of a massive crowd at Buhari's campaign rally in Ibadan, which was suggesting the late former president had widespread support beyond the north. So Onanuga now responded to that video that let us rejig the memory of those people who thought that it was just the north that gave former President Muhammadu Buhari the support. And then before I call my analyst this evening, his name is Mr. Andy Akpotive. He is a political, national and social affairs commentator. He'll be speaking with us via the telephone. Another incident that happened very recently is the fact that there seems to be an unrest within this supposed adopted political party, which is the ADC. Now, a lot of persons have been decamping from PDP and APC, most of them of the northern extraction. Mr. Andy, just hold on. Most of them from the northern extraction, and it feels like it's seeming like an Atiku thing. So this is what happened. Tanko Yunusa, the Director General of the Obedient Movement, came out to say that if they're not zoning anything to the south, the presidential ticket to the south, that they will pull out of the ADC. He also indicated that with the coalition or without the coalition, Peter Obi is campaigning in 2027 for the presidency of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, these politicians have been going back and forth. Their supporters have been having clashes. They've been using propaganda. In fact, the latest is this Muhammadu Buhari's passing. They've been using it against each other just to see how they can curry some support or favor from the northern elites. Social media has been agog with that. So the big question, do we see Peter Obi staying in this coalition? One. Two, is it possible, can Peter Obi literally, if there's going to be an open primary and they want to zone it to the south, you have Rotimi Amici, you have Peter Obi. These are the two individuals that represent the south in the ADC. So do you think if both of them are the only ones who run in the primary that Peter Obi would win? If that is not the case, and Atiku wants to break whatever agreement that was had, that is not in the constitution, and he puts his hat in the race and runs, do we think that Peter Obi can win in that primary when you have more of them from the northern side? They are the ones as the delegates. Mr. Andy Akpotive, good evening and thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Mr. Andy. So, Mr. Andy, I'm going to start off with this controversy between Tinubu's Atiku's aide, right? That is the special advisor to former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Frank Shaibu, calling out Bayo Onanuga. That Bayo Onanuga is using the death of Muhammadu Buhari as a propaganda war. and he called out President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and said a lot of frank statements. He said Tinubu's presidency has sunk low, where he is fighting ghosts because he can't face Nigerians, blaming a dead man for the woes of his administration, and that using the corpse of, Muhammadu Buhari for a propaganda war. He said Tinubu has failed in record time, and that his renewed hope is now renewed hunger, and that his legacy is already hiding behind the coffin of his predecessor. Bayo Onanuga actually deleted that tweet when he put it out there because a lot of reactions were not in favor of Bayo Onanuga, and they seem to want to curry the favor of the Northerners. Do you think this will create some form of dispassionate attitude towards the presidency from the North, or is just one of those things that happen where they do their back and forth?
Okay, so what's happening is the ADC deploying the same strategy that the APC deployed when they wanted to get power from the PDP. Political play is what we have seen in the course of the rise of APC. And if you would recall, a majority of the people who are in the ADC used to be the APC. And Onanuga understands that indeed it's not going to be easy. So first of all, what is the reality? The reality is that the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, or former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, was a disaster. That's a given. It was a disaster. Anybody who say otherwise is either too politically naive or too emotionally tied to, the godfathers that are helping him out economically or something. Right? So it was a failure. However, this current president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was a part of that failure. If you recall, every time Nigerians spoke against certain policies that were brought out under the Muhammadu Buhari's administration, Tinubu always spoke about the fact that APC, they were doing the right things. And what I've continued to maintain in the last 1 week or 2 weeks every time I'm interviewed is, how did you suddenly turn around to say that the party or the former president or the former administration took the country, below what was the standard? How did you eventually turn around like that, knowing full well that you were a part of all of this? You spoke very highly in favor of the government. All of the people walking around you today spoke very highly in favor. If you only spoke yesterday in favor of Nigerians, that you did very strongly, very vehemently against Goodluck Jonathan, who would stood with you now, where you are saying, you inherit terrible system from President Muhammadu Buhari. But yesterday you were urging him on. So for me, I think that he needed to delete the tweet because it would be akin to approbating and reprobating.
All right, Mr. Andy, based on what has been happening since Muhammadu Buhari died, a lot of Nigerians gave their own diverse perception to his administration. The antecedent of Muhammadu Buhari as a military administrator in 1983 till 1985 thereabout was what made a lot of Nigerians think of it and feel like, okay, this man you people are touting to us may actually have a potential. The administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan, Nigerians felt a lot of corruption took place within that administration. They also felt that former President Goodluck Jonathan could not fight insecurity, and he had a lot of international bodies pressuring him. You remember the whole Bring Back Our Girls movement and campaign and all whatnot. And so that was the prospect that put a disfavor on him. And like you rightly said, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was one of the strong persons who served as an opposition, made sure that there was no peace in the government of former President Goodluck Jonathan. He really served as an opposition, a major opposition. He made sure that fuel subsidy was not removed because he went out for the Occupy Nigeria protest in 2012, where they said that they must not remove fuel subsidy. He also chastised INEC as an institution at the time. These were the things that Muhammadu Buhari did as an President Bola Ahmed Tinubu did as an opposition to Goodluck Jonathan. And that was what created that loophole and the loss of confidence on Nigerians towards Goodluck Jonathan. Now, The antecedent of Muhammadu Buhari as military administrator was somebody who fought against war, against indiscipline, brought back the queuing culture. He fought against corruption. All the persons in the Shagari administration who were involved in corruption, they were all prosecuted. Some of them were even killed on the spot. Against drug trafficking, they introduced a bill and they killed. In fact, one of the persons who was caught with drugs was killed a week after he was arrested at the airport. These were the kind of disciplinary measures that were brought in by the Buhari administration as a military dictator along with Idi Agbon. And this was what curried his faith, what gave him that favor and plight from Nigerians in 2015. Now, during the 8 years, Buhari was missing in all of these acts in 1983. Corruption festered, despite him saying that he was going to fight corruption. Insecurity was the order of the day. Nepotism was witnessed. A lack of care, nonchalance, and no empathy towards the plight of Nigerians. So for Nigerians who were speaking out and complaining, are they doing anything wrong by calling out the fact that his 8 years really set the country back and that people were tired of the APC?
How would you say they are doing something wrong? If you want sympathy, or let me rephrase, if you wanted sympathy at your death, you have got to show empathy whilst you are alive. President Mahmoud Buhari was always a dead brain, and I mean no word in saying it, always a dead brain. I hear you were recalling his time as a military administrator where he introduced the war against him. He wasn't the one doing it. It was Idi Agbon that had all of what it took to organize the country. Buhari was always a dead brain by my reckoning. What did he do as a man who was in leadership? Did he write one book? One book? Did he give one lecture? What one lecture can you Google now and say Buhari gave? One book? What one qualification did he add from when he left to his second coming? Even after his second coming, one thing, he was always a dead brain. Now, the challenge with his second coming was that he got somebody who indeed was really very brilliant, a professor, who to my reckoning was going to be the best president Nigeria never had if Osibanjo had become the president. You recall when Buhari went for one of his medical trips and Osibanjo held sway, the country was stable. Before then, the country, we were not producing as much as we had as our OPEC quota. Osibanjo went around all the Niger Delta oil producing states, made promises, and before we could say Jack Robinson, our oil production shot up. Osibanjo was a fantastic administrator, was a brilliant person. But guess what? The cabal around President Muhammadu Buhari refused him to work like Idi Agbon worked. He knew he was a dead brain, and he knew he needed an assistant that was good. That was why he took Idi Agbon, and he also took Yemi Osibanjo. If you recall, Buhari always wanted intelligent people as his vice. He went for Chuba Okadi as his vice. Went for Tunde Bakari as his vice, right?
He was in CPC.
He went for this other Igbo guy as his intelligent people before he eventually chose Yemi Osibanjo.
He didn't choose Yemi Osibanjo. It was President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that recommended.
Calm down. I understand that narrative you want to push out now. If he had said he did not want Yemi, there was nothing Bola Tinubu would have done. Yes, I understand. He asked Bola Tinubu to present 2 or 3 people that he would choose from. Bola Tinubu insisted that he was going to present one. If Bola Tinubu presented Yemi and Buhari, as the then president, said he didn't want Yemi, Bola Tinubu wouldn't have done anything. So it was his choice. If you it or not, it was the choice of former president Buhari, right? To have but you see, the cabal around him did not allow Yemi to function, to help cover his inadequacies, cover his challenges. Buhari was always a dead brain. He was a dead brain, and I'm not words as I'm saying it.
Are you sure? Some people will say it's not our culture to speak ill of the dead.
Those cultural things in Nigeria will say you don't speak ill of the dead. If the dead was evil, we will speak ill of them. We will speak ill of them. I posted today and I said, if death was judgment for bad behavior, Buhari should have died since. Unfortunately, everybody will die.
Well, he lived a good life.
He lived a long life.
He lived a good life.
A good life.
A very good life.
Excuse me, a good life. A good life. And Nigeria was thrown into the doldrums. Nigeria was thrown. Nigeria went back to the woods. Nigeria never moved further. Did you see all of the things that President Buhari did? I have a book that is about to be released, Iberism, the downs and downs of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. You should have a copy of that. So you would shudder at the evil. Is it about the pyramid, the rice pyramid that they use sand as against real rice to deceive us? Is this about the airline that they went to Bahrain to spend millions of naira to design? To design. Is it about the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs that spent over 1 trillion naira feeding children who were not in school during COVID-19? I can go on and on. It was corruption was having a free time in Nigeria during these days, just like what is happening today. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, I just only come because he said it is. I'm going to continue from where President Muhammadu Buhari stopped. Nigerians did not pay attention to that statement. People should have asked him, continue from where?
No, I think he wanted the favor of Buhari. I don't think he meant it, because at some point they admitted that they inherited an empty bursary under the previous administration. So what if he was just saying that because he needed to set
empty treasury, you meant?
Yes.
Empty treasury, you meant?
Yes.
You like bursary a lot. You like bursary a lot.
Mm-hmm. That's what they said.
Giving a lot of bursary is good.
That's what he said. That's what they came out to say. They admitted that they met an empty bursary. That's what they said. Those are their words.
Treasury.
Okay, an empty treasury rather.
Bursary?
Yes, sorry.
Yes.
Yes, they said that when they came, there was no money. It was like they were starting afresh.
Obviously, you did not see what Buhari did. Buhari went to use the ways and means as no other president in the history of this country has ever used it. Not even the Abacha administration that they said went to the bank then, CBN then, and requested them to print money and used to buy dollar and stashed away. Buhari was worse. Buhari was just telling the CBN governor to do the things that were not proper economically. Monetary policy was on his head. Fiscal policy was dead. There was nothing that was functioning under his administration. Nothing. It was the worst thing that happened to us. However, this is my caveat. If you knew, as somebody who was in his government, whether you like it or not, you were the leader of APC, you knew that this was how terrible his government was, and you did not have the remedy, the solution to fix this. Why did contest? Was it just because you wanted it to be your turn to steal? So when they come out, and they are saying things like, oh, it was a terrible government. I'm like, you must be thinking that Nigerians are stupid. If you knew that the kitchen was hot and you had a health challenge around being in hot places, why did you apply to be a chef? Why? The kitchen is always going to be hot. And you have a thermal problem, a health challenge that would not allow you stay around heat. And you apply to be a chef. Are you not an idiot? The chef does not cook in an environment. The chef prepares. The chef's natural habitat is heat, is warm, is hot. And you apply to be a chef. Did you apply to be a president of the country, knowing full well that it will be your responsibility to fix it? You knew the rot, you knew the evil, you did not have the solution, and you came. All of them, when they are going to be judged, I am sure that there's a special place in hellfire, if there is anything like that, prepared for all of them. As a matter of fact, APC is a disaster. PDP was a disaster, yeah, but APC is a disaster that no country should ever pray for.
All right, let's look at this. Let's move on to the ADC. So they warned Peter Obi of recent against leaving the African Democratic Congress. I talked about this during the World News at 6, ahead of the 2027 elections. Now, the Director General of the Obedient Movement, Yunusa Tanko, said that Peter Obi will contest the 2027 elections with or without the coalition ticket of the ADC. That he will contest, he'll be a presidential candidate. He's putting his heart in the race with or without the ADC. He also urged
political grandstanding, and it's necessary.
Okay.
And so don't take it to heart. It's political grandstanding. You needed to say all of these things so that the coalition will understand that you are not a pushover, whether they liked it or not. We contest. It's important in politics to do some of these things, right? But he understands that
the question is, Peter Obi has already said he's going to campaign. He has come out, thrown his hat in the race, given his 4-year term agenda, agreed to the one-term deal. He did all of that fast. Immediately he put his feet in that coalition. He was the first person to indicate his interest, first person to agree for the 4-year term. So it was out there. So what made Tanko Yunusa come out to reiterate it? Is it possible that with what is currently happening in the ADC, the set of persons joining the ADC, that it is for Atiku Abubakar? The analyst I had for the World News at 6 indicated that it is important for Peter Obi to be a vice to Atiku Abubakar. And a couple of obedience say no, they cannot. For the analyst, he believes that can Peter Obi, if there's an open primary in the ADC, can he create a sense of overwhelming support towards him? And that the obedient supporters, how many of them are amongst the delegates in the ADC, that there will be a balance in whom they will go for, that the North will always go for their own? And the question now is, in 2019, Peter Obi and Atiku did this thing. How are they certain it will work now? And if that is not the case, and Peter Obi possibly at some point in time doesn't get it, and he leaves the ADC to join another political party, obviously not the Labour Party, will that ruin his career? Because that's what they're claiming. They're claiming that he's now going to be seen as somebody who hops from one political party or the other for his personal interests. And as it is now, the Southwest, I don't know if he's going to get majority of their support. So are we seeing a clean sweep for Tinubu in 2027? Or is there a strategy that nobody knows?
Truth of the matter is that I'm hoping that there's a strategy that the leaders of the ADC would deploy at the tail end of this merger. I'm hoping that they are sensible enough to keep that card hidden till towards the end of it. I'm hoping that they are that smart. However, let me put this caveat out. The ADC is not going to be able to do anything if they do not quickly deploy a set of strategies that we call the disruptive strategy. Force the current chairman of INEC to resign through propaganda, through whatever means. If you do not do that, you are just deceiving yourself. Disrupt the judiciary, because what I say is that a judiciary that quickly gave judgment for political cases that favored APC, but is refusing to give judgment for the river states, that tribe. If you may, as it stands today, Supreme Court has refused to enter judgment on the case of whether it is right for the president to suspend a sitting governor. Why are they refusing to give judgment on that? It speaks volume. Is it that the Supreme Court is directly, and I will use this word, not whatever, is it that they have kowtowed to the hubris of the executive, right? Or what? Why are they not firmly standing and saying, we need to enter judgment as quickly as possible? They have been delaying, waiting for the president to take the next decision so that they will say that it has been overtaken by time. So we are not going to continue. So a Supreme Court that is like that, a security system that is like this, an INEC still peopled by personalities that have very suspicious character. It doesn't matter whether the entire Nigeria voted for you, except you had a strategy that would disrupt this. Bola Tinubu is going to return in 2027. It is what it is.
Okay, he's going to return in 2027 because you think he's in charge of all the...
If all of these things are not disrupted, it is what it is. Nigeria is not a, and I will use it, it's a jungle. It's a jungle. It is survival of the fittest in every jungle, right? And as it stands today, in this jungle, the tree that is closest to the tree is why monkey is able to jump. The reason President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will be able to win is because he has got a lot of trees in systems that are close to themselves. So he can jump from one place to the other place. he holds the aces, all of the four aces. He has taken all the knights, bishops, rooks, and all the important officers of his opponents, except the opponents are very, very ruthless. Ruthless, mark my word, ruthless. Like the APC was against the PDP, ruthless at addressing some of these challenges. I'm sorry. Everything that they are doing is just going to be like they are beating the air. It's going to amount to nothing in 2027. I'm not as optimistic, except, of course, if I begin to see them pull out some cards that are indeed ruthlessly destructive.
Do you think the ADC,
regardless of whether it is Peter or article that takes the card?
Okay. Do you think all the stories coming out within the ADC is a distractive mechanism just to keep the APC away from whatever it is they're planning? Because immediately the ADC was announced, Wike went called for a press address. That was not enough. Yes, he called for a press address. That was not enough. He still went to their studio to attend to responses. The ADC was also part of it, responding to about Rotimi Amechi. Bayo Nanoga as well visited one of the television stations to actually go through that. He insisted that the coalition is distracting the government of the day. That when Tinubu did his, it wasn't like this. That, they are supposed to allow him govern.
It was what?
That that he wasn't distracted. That he didn't go about it like this.
It was what? When they were doing it, have you forgotten what Amici said?
Yeah,
Amici said that then that Amici said if they did not allow them to win because they were already winning, that they were going to disrupt the government. Don't forget, they used terrible words. They used terrible. The APC was ruthless. Go back and go and see what the likes of Lai Mohammed and co were doing. And I don't know where Lai Mohammed is these days. I don't know where he is these days. I don't think that man can even stand on the street of Lagos or in Nigeria and speak again, because these people were liars, terrible people, terrible liars who should close their faces in shame. Shameless people. Yes, I'm the one who's saying it. Shameless people. As excited as Nigerians are about the death of President Muhammad Buhari, that's how Nigerians will be excited about a lot of these evil men deaths. I'm telling you, I kid you not. Very evil people whose only interest is to feather their nest, is to acquire money. All the monies that Buhari acquired now and all these how much did they help him now? They do not understand that in the final analysis, like a game of chess, when the game is over, everyone will be packed in that box.
Maman Daura said that the president got aid from friends and families. In fact, at some point, they had to borrow, to foot bills and medical treatment and all that, meaning that the president did not rely on any government funding.
Let them be deceiving people. Government was taking care of his bills abroad. Government has been taking care of it. Do you know how stupendously rich President Muhammad Buhari is? And if Tinubu was serious, the first thing he should do, other than just telling us that the government was there, is to probe the hell out of the thieves that were in that government. Out of the thieves. And I'm using the word, I'm not saying out of the corrupt people, the thieves in that government. I can mention their names. So my name is Andy Akbotiga, and I'm the one who is saying out of the thieves in that government, thieves. You should probe all of them right now.
Please mention them. Mention them, Andy.
Oh, there are many.
Just mention a few.
Is it the Minister of Aviation? Is it the Attorney General of the Federation? Is it the... there are many.
Malami did for ADCO.
Are they not peace?
I just talk.
Are they not peace? The truth of the matter is that if anything, if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wants the sympathy of people to return it, the easiest thing to do, free advice I'm giving him now, if his men are listening to me, is to probe those thieves and bring them to justice and collect all our monies from them. The moment he starts doing that, and he should release the forensic report from NDDC, the moment he does that, Andy will be on the street campaigning for him. I don't care whatever, because yesterday people campaigned for. If you could campaign for a Buhari, why can I not campaign for a Bola Ahmed Tinubu?
Wait, Andy. Let me tell you. Andy, let's look at this. Buhari was the immunity for some of these people. Now that he has passed on, what if the administration decides to do what you just suggested, begin to probe all of them, from Haji Sirika, Malami,
Put
all
it
of
on
them?
record. Put
Yes,
it on
which is
record.
on record.
I will be the biggest supporter of Bola Tinubu.
Okay, so what if he
I
decides?
don't like him.
Okay.
I don't like his style of politics. I've never liked him. But if he starts probing these people, jailing them and collecting our money, I will be on every TV station, radio station, singing his praise.
What if it
These
is done
people,
selectively?
Let him follow them and follow our money. Let him follow them. Let him go and catch that humanitarian affair woman who is a thief. Who is a thief? A thief. Let him go to NMPC and catch all of them who stole our money. Thieves there. Let him go to the Ministry of Aviation. Festus Keyamo has released the report to him. I don't know what he did with that report. Maybe he wants to play politics. He wants to play politics with it and say, hey, listen, I have your report in my hand. If you don't support me, I'm good. And these are the things that we are talking about. The evil amongst politicians. People stealing us dry, stealing our country dry, and you're still shaking hands with them. It's one of the reasons I don't like this coalition. But for one or two of them, one or two of the people in the coalition, for instance, and will be in the coalition, for instance, former Senate President David Mark in the coalition, I don't go care whatever you say about David Mark. David Mark is an administrator with sterling character. Sterling character. Forget what Wiki is saying. He could not do this. He could not do this. He's a man with sterling character. But for David Mark and Peter Obi, the rest of them, is it Nasser Rufai? Is it Amechi? Amechi who collected our rivers money to go and support an evil man. An evil man. Couldn't even fix anything in the south. Is it Rufai who damned the consequences of the Southern Kaduna people and got a...
Or is it Malami now that is also part of them? Just like you mentioned.
The Malami who was always pushing. Anyway, Malami's case, his cop. The day his book is opened, I pray it is very soon.
And that is why
Nigerians understand the stealing that happened under him. Nigerians will shudder.
That is why a lot of supporters of obedience, of Peter Obi, that's the obedience, are not happy with him having to coagulate with this set of persons in the coalition. Malami, like you said, with his historical background.
No, they are saying their strategy is that it's better. You know who is called a comrade. A comrade is a person who joins you to fight an enemy that is common. Whether that person is bad or not, so long as he's on your side to fight a common enemy. It's called a comrade. That's right now, you need comrades to bring down Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So anybody who didn't like Bola Ahmed Tinubu was welcome to the coalition. However, how do you sustain governance with corruption? There is a school of thought that says that in order to have good, you cannot take out evil. That you must allow evil and good for you to be able to have good. And they would use this scripture, where Jesus says that you do not take out, you let them grow together until maturity, then you can separate them. That's a scripture a lot of people, the political school, would say that you cannot let evil be amongst you. And at the end of the day, if a good emerges amongst the evil, the other evil can be quieting. Right? It can be quieting. So that's why I think the likes of the Peter Obi are still there, because they understand that Nigeria is such a very heavily corrupt country. Heavily corrupt. My sister, the day you invite me and you say, Andy, let's talk about corruption in our country, I kid you not, you'll be crying in that studio. Nigeria is so corrupt. Corrupt at all levels. The schools are corrupt. Traditional institutions corrupt. The security systems corrupt. Why are we buying machines and we are not able to fight and kill Boko Haram? Boko Haram will just go to a place and collect all our heavy armories. They will collect it, kill people and collect it to their own side. How are those things happening? Politics corrupt, civil service corrupt, police force corrupt. The corruption in Nigeria, as a matter of fact, I was having a conversation with a mentor who said to me that, Andy, you have been fighting corruption for too long, talking about, corruption. If you took away corruption for this country, abruptly, Nigeria will scatter, because Nigeria is sustained by corruption. And I'm beginning to understand why he always spoke in that regard. And Nigeria is sustained sustained, is what? Nigeria is sustained by corruption. If anybody got into office and attempted to just remove corruption, Nigeria will destroy, because it will find that even your cousin, your sister, your brother, your nephew, your nieces.
So there's a tendency that Tinubu would never, in these 4 years now before the elections, he would never investigate any form of corruption aside from the one with the former CBN government.
Corruption. Has he ever fought corruption? Go and ask about Goodluck Jonathan's wife, whether did not return everything to her. You want me to start talking? The people yesterday who even the small, if you recall, there was somebody who led an anti-corruption whatever in Goodluck in President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. The Okonobla.
Yeah.
You remember Okonobla?
Yes.
Yes. You know who chased him out of this country? Malami and co. Malami was the leader that chased him out of this country. Even though Okonobla is not also a saint, but he was doing some good work. He had started to do some good work. Those people that he collected their properties, you are journalists, go and find out where those properties are now, whether they have not been given back to the people. Go and find out where those cases are in EFCC. Just go, carry the cone, upload this, interview him, let him tell you what you can go and do research. The country is a cesspool of corruption. It's unfortunate. If Bola Ahmed Tinubu is bold enough, strong enough to fight these evil people who stole Nigeria, whether in Goodluck Jonathan's administration and the President Muhammad Bola, President Muhammadu Buhari's administration, if he's able to fight them, and he's even worse in that administration, and jail them and collect our monies back, and the Akotive, I will spend every day singing his praises.
So it doesn't matter anything, so long as he's able to do that, you will hold him up.
I will spend
in high esteem
every day singing his praises. But I know he will never be able to do it because his hand is in the jar.
Interesting. Andy, thank you so much. I'm going to keep you. I'm going to call you because when it's time for us to receive calls, a lot of persons want to speak with you. But finally, Andy, before I drop this call and we move further, what would you advise Nigerians to do now? Tinubu has a year and a few months to go for his first term. What are the measures you think he can apply to the grassroots at the very base?
I cannot advise. I'm not his advisor. I don't know. I wish he fails. I wish that Tinubu fails.
Andy, you're not being a patriotic Nigerian.
Yes, I wish he fails. He's a terrible leader. Very terrible. He's not even a leader. He's a terrible dealer.
People can change.
The leaders, they are dealers. I wish he fails. I'm not going to advise him. He should fail. He's already failing. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Do you know that if he fails, a lot of Nigerians are already going through, some anomalies within the administration?
Not if he fails. Not if he fails. He has failed. This patient is dead. Why are you saying if he dies? This patient is dead. He has failed. Tinubu has failed. You want us to discuss Tinubu's administration these 2 years? He has failed. However, I will advise Nigerians. We need to take back our country. That's all I will say.
How do we take it back when they are divided? Tribalism has been introduced. Several political whatever has turned people against themselves. The country seems...
When the time is right, water will find its level. It doesn't matter how far you take a child from the mother. When the time is right, the child will locate the mother.
I hope that right time comes on time, because Nigerians have gone through a lot.
It is at hand. Asha has told us one day the river would overflow, and there will be nowhere for us to go. And we would run, wishing we had put out the fire. I hope we don't run. We need to come together. We need to organize that we do not continuously agonize.
All right. Thank you so much, Andy. All right. Thank you for coming on the program. I'll call you back as soon as possible.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Lawa Ekundaya, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Welcome. Most of what Andy has said, what do you think about it?
He is speaking from the wise box.
Okay.
So what he said is
you aligned with some of the things he said?
Yes, most of it. He aligned with it.
But you don't believe that Tinubu can do something in the remaining 1 and a couple of months in terms of Nigerians having to reconsider their initial attitude or perception about him based on what they are going through?
Let him do it now. You don't see, if you want to help somebody or you want to do something, you don't do something in the future. You don't put your policies down. You don't put things or put what you want to do down and begin to tell the people in the future you are going to benefit. It doesn't make sense, because who will survive to that future? What about if it didn't work in that future? They will start seeing the performance of your policy from day one you put it on ground. Are you with me? You start seeing the performances. So we already know the direction it is going. You see, you already counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we are going in the positive direction. That means in the next 10 years or in the next 3 years, this is where we are going to be. But when you discover that you are not progressing, you are falling back, and somebody is still telling you that thing is going to work in the future, you have to be wise now and say no. Like you are a businessman, you see the company falling, and somebody put money there, you know that the company is not going to survive. Then you take your money out. But when you put money there and you begin to see some result here, then you know that okay, in the future this thing will do well. That is the way it's done.
Lawal, do you think now that Buhari has passed on, that some certain persons who have corruption-related matters or cases, and is suggesting that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu go hard on corruption, but according to him, he may not do so because he feels that the president is also part of it. You can't bring out the log of wood in somebody's eye when there is a tree in your own eye. But a couple of people feel that it may be selective. Like Malam and a couple of persons in the coalition, just to get some kind of political advantage, dissolve whatever financial contribution they would give towards because you need money when you're running politics like this, that they may begin to investigate these individuals just to have an upper hand. And remember, these are persons that had Buhari's immunity, but Buhari has passed on. So Tinubu does not have any agreement with any other person, or even if he does, the person he had it with was late Muhammadu Buhari. What then happens?
I don't understand what you mean. I don't.
You don't?
No, because what I'm trying to say is this. Emefiele was immediately picked the moment the president got into power.
People felt Emefiele was convenient to be picked. He was a convenient
whether convenient or inconvenient. What I'm saying is that Emefiele was easily picked and is still battling it up to now. So is that the reason to let you know that it's not about protection from anybody. It's about who the leader is.
Okay.
If he wants to go after anybody, will go after anybody at any time. If not, he will not have gone after anybody up till now. But he went after some people, even up to that's Emefiele.
Only Emefiele.
Even if it is one, you were able to go after him now because that is the closest person to president. When you are talking about what
about Hadi Sirika? He responded to questions from EFCC. Up to now, we never hear. He's not in custody. What about even those in the cabinet of Buhari, like the chief of staff? They were mentioned in signing some of the monies, especially the Naira redesign policy. Emefiele called out their names. Where are they? There was an investigative officer, somebody that was appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who set up an auditing team to audit all the monies that were used, all the contracts, all the accounts that Emefiele used for most of the transactions. I've forgotten that man's name. The name is at the tip of my tongue. I can't really place it. That was the person that was put to investigate, to audit the account of Emefiele, everything that he did, and he submitted a report. Emefiele faulted that report. He said what he said was different from what the man put in the report. Like he twisted things, like somebody told him to put something else.
You just confirm what I'm saying. That it's not about somebody has immunity. That's why the president could not go after somebody. He can go after. He can go after anybody if he wants because he did it from the beginning. So that's what I'm saying. That he's being selective, and that whether Buhari is dead or not dead did not even change, or it did not even influence anything
Mr.
as far as I'm concerned.
Do you think the obedience are strategic this time around? Everybody's saying 2027 is not 2023. We're already seeing some persons locking down their region to ensure that they deliver for their favorite person or for their principal. And the Obedience are insisting it's either him or he should go and rest. So, we're referring to Peter Obi. You know what just happened with the ADC? You heard me where Yunusa Tanko said they should zone it ahead because it's like they can see the movement and the tendency that it's like these people want to give it to Atiku, and if Atiku emerges, he may want to choose Peter Obi as his vice. Now the coalition is warning him that he shouldn't consider leaving because he'll be seen as a political job or prostitute, somebody who jumps from one political party to the other just because they didn't get what they want. He'll be seen as someone who is selfish. But should it be looked at that way? Is it wrong if you have an ambition and if you want to join a platform that makes your ambition realistic? It's not selfish, but you already know that if there's some games that they play that you may not want to be part of, there are some things that will be done which is not meant to be so, and you don't want to be part of it, and then you leave to join something that you think will give that clean ambience. So, but people are saying this is politics, no emotions, no sentiments. You want to get into it, you need to play the game. So why don't you test yourself amongst the delegates? But if you look at the composition, the persons in the delegates, where they are from, it doesn't look to be in a good leaning towards giving Peter Obi that presidential, to become the presidential flag bearer. So what strategic measure beyond and aside from having to deputize, because he has said he's not deputizing. He said he's not deputizing, and the Obedient movement said no, he's not going to be vice president to Atiku or anybody. What other strategic idea can you give in that regard? If the ADC is not an option anymore,
if it is,
just think of the ADC as not going to be an option anymore.
Now, if the ADC is not going to be an option, that should not affect his ambition.
Okay.
He said he's not going to run after 2027, which I've been trying to tell him that it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
Because when you want solution, you have to find a way to get the solution. If you try one angle, it's not going, that doesn't mean you should give up. You have to try another one.
Okay, what the other one is to wait till 2020 to 2031.
Why not?
You don't think that there are other political parties they can adopt?
I'm not saying that it cannot go to another political party.
Okay.
Let me tell you something about politics. I keep saying it, and I tell people that politics, a politician is made up of two things: the administrative aspect and the political aspect. Now, you can be good politically and you are a bad administrator. So when you come into power with because you are that, because you are good, you won't do well at all. Administratively, your record will be very, very bad. You may not be a good politician, but you may be a good administrator, and you don't know how to play the political game. But if you find yourself in the office, you do fantastic. Now, there are people like that. That is why you see in some government, in some countries that are doing very well, they look for people that are good administratively. Okay. They don't go after politicians because they know politicians, when he gets to that political post, the only thing he will be concerned about is the political manipulation again, to maybe continue or put somebody there. You'll be chasing him because he's very good. He's a genius when it comes to politics. And politics doesn't grow a country.
Okay.
It doesn't. It's administration that grows a country. That's why you see some people, they'll go and look for somebody and say, no, this person can do it better. Let us put our weight behind this person. Let us bring him. So they'll present that person. They'll put their weight behind him. All those who have and then that person will get into office, and then everybody will be happy.
What I'm asking you, well, let's be strategic. Let's just assume that they're thinking and trying to get ideas on what to do. If this ADC doesn't work, because right now he's not yet a member. Most of them are not yet members, although a couple of persons have joined the party, so he's not yet a member of the ADC. Now, if they see how things are going, consultations are still ongoing. There's still time. They're just trying to get it right, mobilize, get a structure, and settle. But what if a lot is going to happen within the ADC, as is typical of a political party with different people from different climes, orientation, and personal interest and agenda. So obviously, we're expecting clashes amongst them. It's all about the maturity for them to resolve things, without it escalating to the point that the press gets to get a wind of everything. It happens in the APC, just that a lot of people don't even know sometimes. So, what is the other option? Let's remove Labour Party. let's not concentrate or rely on ADC, would you suggest he adopts another political party?
See, even if he adopts another political party, like I said earlier on, if you want to win politically, you can't do it alone. You must get that at the back of his mind. So you, even if you don't know how to play the political game, you get people around you who can play the game for you. That's why you see some people, even in America, they employ politicians. They employ politicians. They pay the politicians to do the calculations for them. So they employ them. Now the same thing here. They know him to be somebody who is very very viable opponent. He's a very powerful opponent, one of the most powerful opponents against the ruling party as of now. That's Obi. So they are monitoring him everywhere.
Yes.
There are people who have been paid specifically to monitor him and see how they can create enough obstacles for him to not to get to that place. It's normal. You get it? That's why you have to do the same thing. That's why you do in politics. People think that is when you have money, that's where you become. No, there are people who donate, even with all your money, they will still donate money for you. They will assist you with brain, with finance, with they will still assist you because they key into your dream.
Well, Nigerians are ready to finance. It is for finance.
That is where you now get the right people around you to help you, so that each step you take is very crucial. You can't take step and move back. It's difficult. I mean, it's dangerous in politics because your opponent will use it against you immediately. So you have to be careful the step you take. Now, he is having issue in labor because they're already scattering the labor because of him. Now, in ADC, so many of that, I know there are infiltrations into ADC. There are infiltration. Before ADC, they wanted to register a party.
ADA.
It's
still in the works.
That's what I'm saying. They want to register a party. You can see the obstacles.
Well, I got to hear from
being created.
I got to hear from a close source that they would expedite the registration of the ADA.
See, there are games. This is politics now. There are times in which they will calculate and they say, okay, if you take time to register this, it will delay them to do some things which will be to our favor.
Like they're taking time to decide the whole Labour Party thing.
Yes, you see, so that they'll push it towards the end, in which it will be difficult for you to mobilize and
create awareness.
Awareness and everything. But the main problem, the main issue now, all those ones, they are by the way. The main issue is for the declaration. I mean, for the candidacy, for him to get that candidacy
and the
in a party,
INEC and the judicial.
Yes. So the moment he gets a candidacy, see the move to his back. That is there.
Yeah,
it's there. I give it to him because I've noticed it even from people on the streets here and there. There's a massive pull towards his side. In fact, there's a lot of sympathy from his side.
Yeah.
In Yoruba land, there's a proverb that says, can I say the proverb?
Say it now.
He said, "Aloniti ahun, aboniti anore."
Aloniti ahun, aboniti anore.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Aloniti ahun, aboniti anore. Ahun is a tortoise.
Okay.
In our proverb, it's very trickish. It's a trickish thing. Now, what happened was that he stole from his what do you call this?
You don't have to interpret what you
no, like your in-law. Thank you. Okay. He stole from his in-law's farm. So his in-law caught him in the night and tied him to a wall, to a tree in the market way. So people were passing. They were saying, what happened to tortoise? They said because he stole from his in-law. So they began to insult him. Look at this man, very stupid man. They began to insult him. When they were coming back in the evening from farm, they still saw that the same in-law did not release him. They were not saying, bros, it's too much now. No. Is it not your in-law? What are you? So the man began to feel bad that in the morning they were praising me. In the evening they are against me.
They're against me and insulting
me. Because in that evening it was already getting the human sympathy.
That is the tortoise.
Yes, already getting the yes, that is exactly what is happening. By the time you insult people, you insult somebody every now and then. You get to a level people begin to add, is it the only person? Right. Don't you see somebody else? And then the thing. The backlash will now turn to sympathy.
Okay.
And then people begin to look at that person. Is it so bad? Why they so attacking? That is what Obi is gaining now.
You make people to start focusing on that person.
Why
so much hate?
Why so much hate on him? Is he the only person? Now, Obi, that thing is generating more
traction for him.
Yes.
All right.
Volume towards this side.
Let's take calls. 08036929933. 08036929933. That's the number to call. My guest on the telephone today was Mr. Andy Akpotive. So if you have questions for him, just let me know. So I will call him for him to respond to that. And the WhatsApp number is 0817175638. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, Esther. I greet you and the barrister.
Koboko.
Esther, the London Largest Hospital can never be better than Lodz, UNTH, FMC Abuja, even Ota General Hospital. Their poor facility upgrade and doctors' government poor care, making our leaders shamefully going to London. Final attention are telling me and Esther and the barrister what we know already. Upon the world-class hospital in London, why didn't they save Buhari? Why didn't they save my president? The vice president to 2 billion naira renovation can build 5 FMCs. As I look at what you read out, no accountability. We can telling Obobele to face governance and leave prosecuting Obaseki. Is Wike not supposed to be arrested? Are you hearing me?
I'm hearing you, sir. I'm hearing
you.
She
said this is a deliberate act from our leaders. I just said in 2017 that there was no syringe in Asurok. Why didn't the Buhari fix the hospital? And I'm crying. Additionally, I say there is accountability in Buhari. Okay, is he not listening to what we are talking about in social media? Yes, they are using our money. And when we wanted to change the scenario at Lekki, yes, look at what happened. Ononuga is now key into Buhari death propaganda. After he was talking, I did not see anything to nail P2B. As an emperor, as all of them are emperors, why did he delete that thing he posted?
They don't want to annoy the mouse.
Are you hearing me? Esther?
I'm listening to you.
After telling me, say opposition are not vibrant, are not tough. Look at what they are doing now. They are jittering. They are afraid. There is no governance. After 2027 now, another permutation, that's 2031. Now so we could say hunger, no road, no light, no nothing. National lawmakers not talking about electoral reform. But I was telling me on Friday, every time I go to come and talk about Turkey massacre. But the bodies are never talk one time about beaver offering. Announcement of result, 1st of March 2023, 3 a.m. By grant of judgment of our president. But why are they blaming Nigerian masses? What did Nigerian masses do? Okay, what do we do now? That's what we go do. In final conclusion, will I say look, we go in the how Burkina Faso go? No, you want me to say look, we go like that? What do you want us to do? If it is in a level playing ground, what happened in Lagos on Saturday would have happened in position of candidate, writing of candidate after primary. Anybody who vote APC go collect. I go to court to decide technicalities. What do you Mr. Ikundaya we go and some Nigerian journalists not talking about the off visa. What do I want to go to do? Since 1999, I'm voting without one naira to now 2 years. They say they blame Nigerian masses. Public don't shut it down. We cannot eat. We cannot buy cucumber. We cannot buy carrot. We cannot buy milk. But the price for this night, oh.
Sorry, Koboko. No vex. Sorry. 08036929933. 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. How are you? What's your name? Hello?
Hello?
I can hear you. What's your name? All right, kindly call back since you can't hear us. 08036929933. That is a number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello?
Yes, hello, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Good evening. My name is Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, I'm calling from Lagos State.
From Lagos State. All right, Friday, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling. So, what you people, anytime you people are doing program, I like listening to the analysis. You understand? Can you hear me?
Go ahead, sir.
So, my regard to Mr. Barrister.
There is no barrister. Andy Akpotive is not a barrister. He's a public and social affairs analyst.
What do you call it?
Darlington is not here. So it's Andy Apotive and Mr. Lawal Ekundayo.
Okay, but I hope that I'm talking with Esther.
Yes, you're speaking with Esther.
So, anytime you people are talking about those people begin the program, I'm only listening to people. And I've been trying to lock your number for long.
Sorry.
You understand? So, the actual thing that happened in this Nigeria, you see all those are politicians. They are the problem in this country. You get me? And those ones that benefit for APC leader, they are the ones that are appreciating APC, that the man that really knows is doing well. They are not care for anybody. All they know about it, they only rely on their own family. Look at what happened last week Saturday. The local government election that are doing in Lagos State. Look at what happened. For my street that I'm living at really here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
There is a fight here because of how much they're giving to them that is spending the money. The money is already some people and they are fighting in the street before police now came to involve. Is it supposed to be like that? So why are them punishing us for this country? Why? Every time they will tell us, anytime they want to enter the office, they will promise heaven ahead. And when they get there, they cannot fulfill the promise. Why? Esther, please don't annoy. I returned the car this evening almost 5,000 naira because I want to ask you a question. Don't be annoyed. I hope you are with me.
I am listening to you, Mr. Friday.
You have a 36 state or more than 36 states. I've never seen any state that they say that this state, the company is from federal government. Most of youth are graduates in this school, in this country. Most of them are spending 5 years, 8 years in school. After they graduate, most of them are riding Okada. Most of them are riding Marwa. Most of them are riding transportation, civilian bus. Why is it like that? Most of them are riding Keke. Why is it like that in this country? Why are they deceiving us? Why are they deceiving us?
All right. Thank you very much for calling Friday. Thank you.
Ask the question.
Yeah, you can respond to the question.
He's asking that why is it that most of our youths, what they do is just to, even the elderly, they're supposed to be resting or doing, you see them riding Marua and
It's not for money.
What he's saying is that why is everybody concentrating on that? Because the industries, the other areas are supposed to cater for the youths, take care of them, are not there.
And so they're all taking up that.
Yeah, that is like the only alternative.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Hello, good evening.
I can hear you, sir.
From Bucknam. I'm not hearing you, but I know that they are hearing me.
Are you on speaker?
So I want to greet the people in the studio. All of them that are saying the truth. I say God will replenish them.
Amen.
And God will bless them and their family in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Because the way they are saying it, all of us are hearing it. And I believe also that these wicked leaders, also they are hearing us and they are hearing them. So they just choose to put Nigeria to shame and carry their children, put them in abroad. That all those people that are here, that we should suffer it. I know that God will not forgive them. Even this one, they say that he has died. This is the second death that he has died now. So let him go there and suffer what he has done to Nigerians. Because nobody has pity over him and his family because they were there when he was doing the thing. He put Nigeria, slaughter bloods in Nigeria. So we are angry. Even this man that is here now, we are calling on the road every day, spending our credit. He's hearing us. He keep adamant doing what he's doing. That we don't want to put Nigeria to a good condition. So that's what I want to say this evening. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Sorry for keeping you.
Yes, this is Emmanuel I'm calling from Finland.
From Finland, Emmanuel, welcome.
Yes. Good evening to your guests there.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes. Very quickly. I said in the morning that as long as our leaders refuse to learn their lesson, they will keep bringing them back in body bags. Is that sounding too harsh?
Go on.
Hello?
Go on, sir. We're listening to you.
Yes. It's a conditional statement. For as long as they refuse to learn their lesson, they will keep bringing them back to this country in body bags. Look at the time from the time Asurok Villa was constructed till to date. Name all the presidents that have occupied that villa. My sister, from that time to this time, are you telling me that there is no one president that have decided to say, okay, for as long as I remain the president in this country, the Asurok clinic, even if I cannot go around all the hospitals around the country, at least Asurok clinic, okay, let's extend it to Federal Medical Center. Those two places will not lack any medical equipment made under the sun. What will it cost? Even if that is the only thing one president will do, we'll make sure that whatever equipment that has ever been manufactured to take care of the human being is available. Even when the last president's wife openly came out to say, even Panadol is not there. So nobody could say, okay, let's equip this place. As a journalist, I'm sure you can remember how many politicians have been brought back. I don't want to mention names. Every time you hear politicians, these big politicians, he's dead. He will be flown back to the country for burial. He's dead. He will be flown back to they always go there and they are brought back in body bags. It will continue that way. Except they learn. They think it's only Nigerians that are dying in their farms. They think it's only Nigerians that are dying. But look at them. I was watching the video today. At long last, look at where he was buried. See where he was buried. May God help us.
Thank you very much. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you? Welcome. What's your name?
Hello.
Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello.
Hello, I can hear you. What's your name?
Hello, sir. Good evening.
I can hear you, sir. Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. My name is Amanda Neze, calling you from Ikotu.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
You can see that the Trumbu regime is very, very difficult and very, very hard for everybody. Even though that Buhari cannot even survive the Trumbu regime. But you see the extent hard that it is. All the things everybody is talking about Nigeria. For a long time ago, we will stop, deceiving ourselves as a people. As a people, each and every time we continue deceiving ourselves for one thing or the other. The hardship when people they pass for this country, my dear, we don't need to be talking about the burial of Buhari. Buhari is is past tense. If you know that Shenami won't die for a matter, my dear. So all this thing everybody they talk about this issue, my dear, let them go and bury Buhari. Let's focus our life and know what is going to happen in the next minute. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for calling. All right. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Daniel.
Daniel, calling from
I'm calling from the demo.
All right, Mr. Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Kundayo.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Esther, I was listening to you reeling out all the achievements of Muhammad Buhari as a military head of state.
Yes.
But I am happy that your guest actually corrected you, because I was in primary school in Umuahia when Buhari took over, 1988, 1985. And since 2015, when he was campaigning, I told anybody that cares to listen, it was not Buhari that was the engine that was running that government. It was Idiabo. Tunde Diabo was the one behind the whole thing happening. Not Buhari. Buhari has never done anything. That was why when he took over as a civilian president, the same thing happened. He will always come out to tell us, oh, I didn't know. this one is happening. I didn't know. So he has never done anything. But unfortunately, Tinubu imposed him on us, and now he has taken over. During Buhari's military regime, we suffered. That was when I had the word austerity. I never knew what austerity was. It was in his time that I had that word austerity. There was hunger. In this time too, there was money scarcity. Just like what happened during his regime. The same thing happened. And now look at the end. I pray that God will show him mercy. As for Obi and Atiku's problem, I know that it's going to end up that way because Atiku wouldn't want to give up for anybody. I know that one is for sure. And I know when he say, let them go and contest in the primary, we know what happened, that is going to be the highest bidder, and which he knew very well that Obi cannot do that. Obi cannot offer anybody money to vote for him. And that is where about, I believe God. I know that Obi will surely find his way around the whole matter. Thank you for your good work. God bless you.
Thank you very much. God bless you. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Yeah.
Hello.
Good evening, my sister.
Good evening, sir. How are you? What's your name?
Greet everybody who is listening.
Welcome.
This is okay. Calling you from Abulado.
All right, sir.
Can you hear me?
Very well. Loud and clear. Go
Hello?
ahead, sir. I can hear you. Go ahead. I can hear you.
Well, I know you are hearing me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay. All right.
Go ahead.
See, we are the ones, apart from politicians, we are the ones sometimes confusing ourselves and allowing the suffering to continue.
Okay.
You see this coalition of a team. One more we support these people. Some of them are saying with pride and sentiment and tribalism. Obi should not follow Atiku. Atiku should not follow Obi. In fact, we like this suffering together just like this. People are dying. One of those who are also say, obedient or what or articulate. You should join us together. If Atiku say, I have said this thing before. If Atiku say, no, I will run. Let it be. Later, I'll take over. Just like Barrister Danity is saying. And that is the truth about it. Whether you like it or not, you believe it or not. That is the truth that I don't know. People will call on radio as if they are not in Nigeria. Are you not understanding what is going on? And APC that they are laughing at us. What you started that they are using to show that now this is not forget about Atiku or forget about it. This is we will back them. This is Nigeria versus APC. This is what is happening. And this tribalism and sentiment, religious sentiment, what it has caused so many confusion, causing us to suffer. Look at what they did. It's a local government election. Well, they are calling it election. I am angry to hear election. It's not his selection. Don't call election. Don't call election. I am not happy. This is okay. I'm from Cross River State, but I am in Abulado, Lagos here, under first time. Whether you are from Yoruba, you are from Hausa, you are from Igbo, as far as I have seen you, you are my brother, you are my sister. And that is why it is in Lagos here I came, I heard about, I know what they are talking about tribalism. And we are not into those kind of things. So let us come together and put this anti-Nigeria, anti-Christ away.
All right, thank you.
What is disturbing you people?
Hey, leave Nigerians now. They have.
No, I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Okay,
are
they
happy in this condition that we are? Go to east, no peace. Go to south, to south, no peace. Go to north, no peace. Yeah, we are there talking. Obi should not be a vice. Atiku should not accept. Obi should not. What is the okay? Number one, I know you'll be offended. Who made Obi to be known very well in Nigeria?
Why would you say I'll be offended? Why did you say I'll be offended? Waiting, concern me.
What is this now?
No, now.
We are talking. Two of them, they are talking together. Since this is happened on 2022 or 2023, Obi has never insulted Atiku. Atiku has never insulted Obi. But these two of them, Atiku people and Obi people are insulting these people. Let us come together. We are one. Let us work together as a team so that we will vote this antichrist away.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
And let the love and unity continue among us. We are one.
Thank you. So he said that don't be angry. Me, I'm not Obi advocate though. I don't know him personally. We're just talking because that's basically what is in the news,
yes,
and we're reporting
trending.
exactly what is being said and how the conversations are ongoing amongst them, and it's in the news. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening. How are you? Welcome.
Yes, I'm good. My name is Shola.
Shola, please go ahead.
I greet your guest in the studio.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, the last caller, full of emotions. I was just laughing.
Me too, I was laughing.
That's why your station is there, for people to express themselves. But if you take it easy, see, one thing is that Nigerians, it's not all about just emotions and all. There's a basic thing we need to know. And that is that we need to first of all discover what our problem is. Once if you have a problem and you don't discover what that problem is, that problem will remain. First of all, discover what the problem is. Now the problem, let me now relate everything together. The problem we have are the kind of leaders, that find their place to that position. And the leaders there can be leaders without supporters and the people. So the docility, either the actions or inactions of the people will lead to the kind of leader that will become your leader. Now, look at the way President Buhari, may God bless his soul, may God accept him. Is it not a shame, like I've been saying, that this kind of leaders we have that go abroad for treatment? Everyone, almost all of them, that's what happens. Even the president's one. Don't they feel ashamed? And that shows that Nigeria has always been unfortunate to have the wrong kind of people as leaders. Let's be straight with it. So until we, the people ourselves, rise up and stand up, if we know that this kind of people, and the Bible says by their fruit you shall know them. You understand? So we should be able to calm down and know that these are the kind of people we don't need. So for some people to be saying that they don't want Atiku, there should be a reason for it. How many times has Atiku stayed in this country? The only times when he wants to contest is always in Dubai. Look at people like Oshibajo. When was the victim? Oshibajo comes to Lagos for medical treatment. We should be watchful. We should calm down. If you are advocating that anybody but Tinubu, anybody but APC, have you cared to know or to go flashback, not to make the same mistake? Is that not what brought us to where we are today? Anybody but Jonathan.
We want something new, something different.
You get what I'm saying? So we don't calm down to think. Nigerians are just in fact, we are just so funny until we come and see. Keep going for just anybody, we will get nowhere.
Exactly.
We remain the same way.
Exactly.
Calm down. Look at the kind of people. Look at the antecedents.
Exactly.
Obi is different. That's why I'm myself. It's not a matter of fight. When Vice Advantage says that we should align yourself. See, if they don't give Obi for me, if they don't give Obi that ticket, Obi should go and stand on his own. The only thing that can help us is that what I believe is that what is worth doing is worth doing well. If we are going back to this kind of people, the same set of people, Nigeria will just keep merry-go-round it. So what is worth doing is worth doing well. All the people need to do is let us stand up.
Okay.
If I perish, I perish. Esther is in the Bible. If I perish, I perish. Let's go for electoral reform. Let everybody rise up. If we are to fund obese candidates, let people come together and fund it.
Okay.
I don't see any other person. If any other person comes in today, I can go for another person. After all, Oshibajo was my candidate before.
Yeah.
When they kicked him out, the money politics that they play, the primary is the delegates. You know what they do? That's the same thing that Atiku will do to Obi. When Oshibajo was out of the way, I went to Obi. Obi was the next credible person.
Yeah.
So let Nigerians calm down. Let us do it right. So that we can get it right.
Thank you.
May God help us.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Good evening, Esther Machuku.
Sorry, is it Nadi? Sorry, I kept you before you chopped me off. Good evening.
Thank you. Apparently, you picked my call today.
Sorry. No, it's network sometimes, so it's network. Oh. But go ahead.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm fine. It's been a long time. Where have you been?
I'm with my brother, Egundayo.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, my brother. Esther, what about Choma?
She's around now. She did the. She did matters.
For long, I'm not
the news
even
today. She did the news at 12
for her.
today.
I see her televised or maybe like what I do in interviewing what I do, like the way she do always.
Yeah,
I don't know. For long, I'm not answer her
she did the news
again.
at 12
I
today.
on Saturdays.
Go ahead, Zaranadi. She's fine.
It's okay. So, Esther, today was holiday. They said today is holidays, right?
Yes. So public holiday for
What happened?
our beautiful late president.
What happened?
What happened?
It's public holiday for the burial of late Muhammadu
He was buried
Buhari.
yesterday. I don't know.
No, it's today.
So Buhari is dead again.
What do you mean he's dead again? Which other time did you hear he died?
No, because I know that this thing. I don't know this thing because I know that Buhari. They said Buhari is dead. Was dead one time. I think that's why they hold Nandi and they kill this.
Buhari was announced dead on Sunday.
Boko Haram this leader. What is his name?
Was officially announced dead. So which one? The other one could be unofficial.
Holiday to honor
this thing is Britain. I don't know what is that. Why? Are you hearing me well?
Yes.
Can you hear me very well?
I can hear you.
Esther, can you hear me? Esther.
I can hear you.
Okay. You know this this in the Boko Haram this thing. When they mention Yusuf the Salam, that is this Sudan. That is when they attack this guy, Kidi can not mention the same thing. But I'm surprised that the man finally said, man, well, I don't know, but I believe with time we'll get the truth. What happened? With time, we'll get the truth. Esther, well, the reason I'm trying to bounce back because I visited Nigeria. I said, let me use the opportunity to see you and other people with Darlington and the rest. But Nigeria really shook me. Nigeria happened to me. Really? Even my handset was seized by police. That I was making call. It thought that I'm just trying to record what he's doing, what he was doing. They did a lot, but I was not what I said now. But that is why I'm trying to get myself back. That is why I'm standing this way. You see? So the thing is this: I'm surprised that Buhari is dead, but let God know, let God judge on what he did to people, what he did to that Nigeria. Look at how Nigeria is now. Because of Buhari. They kill many people died because of that man, and Aisha was trying to say that they should forgive Buhari. Nobody even that. I believe where he is now. We say you face the consequence.
Zaranadi, where are you now? Where are you calling us from now?
Is that?
Where are you calling from? Are you back in Spain?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm trying to get my because I couldn't stand it again. Even my handset was even to communicate with people. When I went back to after visiting my mother, I said let me go to visit Lagos. From there, I just come over to see at least Darlington, Anosika, and both you and the rest. I did not. At the end, police picked my handset that I was just. I saw one missed call. Let me just pick the call without knowing that there are lot there. They change it. They just seize handset. You can't just respond respond any call once you are with police because they were taking bribe. They thought that I was trying to video record what they are doing. So this man did this thing. At the end of it, he smashed my handset. I said, well, I wish you good luck. Then I said, okay, let me just. There's no problem. I'll bounce back. So Esther, just it was this 3 days ago I came back.
Sorry,
there's no problem.
But you're safe and you're
there's
fine.
no problem. I'll bounce back.
All right, thank you.
So one more thing is this: there's something you say concerning Tinubu that people, the analyst was saying if Tinubu can try to
fight corruption,
pick all these people that just loot our treasure.
Yeah.
That Tinubu cannot do it. Once Tinubu do that, they will just bring him down. Yes, I remember when this in 2019, when Bulon Van mistakenly entered Tinubu house, they said it was a mistake.
That was a campaign for.
Then
Buhari.
These people, you want to pick anybody, any of them, concerning people, and there's all these cabals, they will tell you the secret. There's that van they entered by mistake. according to another guy, or what's it called? But that is why that man cannot do that. But the only thing is this: what I keep hearing in Nigeria, that Tinubu, nobody will remove Tinubu. If people knows that Nigeria know that, I don't know how they treat Nigeria. That they don't know that power belongs to the people. They will be the one to decide. That they said no. Look at who they want. Not this thing that somebody that entered the person can just force his way back. No, the power belongs to the people. That's how the artists are done. But if they cannot know that, if they don't know that, no, I'm sorry for them. Nigeria cannot that country will remain as it. Okay, my sister, let me leave it for now. I'm trying to bounce back. Maybe by this thing within the week.
All right,
I'll recover myself.
Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello. All right. Let me take some messages now. Good evening, Esther. Please, did you notice that the image that was buried in Dauda today was shot? You people don't start. Peter, which one be this? What these theories will not they bring now? Good evening, Esther. You can see with the death of the former ruler, Buhari, you can see all the public holiday declaration by this government. Senate suspend their plenary by 1 week, flag to be flown at half-mast, and other eye service and hypocrisy move of this government. 200 were killed in Benue massacre. Not just in Benue. I think yesterday or so in Plateau State, more than 20 persons were also killed. More than 500 died in Niger floods, thousands displaced, more than 40 army killed in their base in Borno, and more than 100 farmers killed in Nigeria since this government came into power. More than 1,000 people killed due to insecurity in the country. Highest out-of-school children in the world. Highest IDP. 7.2 private, public, and SME and small, medium-scale businesses shut down and turning the people to beggars and almajiri. Truly. Good evening, Esther. Olaminike from Barua. Either he just died or his death was just officially announced. Let the dead go and bury the dead and stop distracting us while they use his death to steal and embezzle within a few days. They are all useless parasites with no benefit to the people. Please, did they show the face in the core? Because NEPA lights have damaged my teeth. What's your name? Olamineke from Barua. You guys are not chilling at all. No chill. Why? Okay. Good evening, VOP. I have not asked for money for my boyfriend before. He will be the one to ask for my account number. I don't understand where this is coming from. Is this program you're talking about? Mahamo. Okay. APC to buy election victory come 2027 with about 3 trillion naira. Is this true or just a rumor? The plan is to spend 1 trillion naira on the judiciary, especially the Supreme Court. The next is to buy INEC officials, mostly the INEC chairman, with another 1 trillion naira. Every resident electoral commissioner in each state of the federation, 36 states plus Abuja, to be rewarded with at least 1 billion naira before results are announced. Moreover, law enforcement agencies and other political thugs to enjoy yet another 1 trillion naira. The APC-led administration plans to adopt huge money of bribery weapon to ensure electoral victory. Where do we go from here except there is divine intervention? In all, power belongs to God. Prince from Lagos. Prince, where you see this story? Esther, Nigerians had no Q culture before 1983. It was Buhari's Y campaign that built it in us. However, Buhari's nepotism is part of today's national problem. Besides, the word rest in peace depends on how you please God in your lifetime. Not for everybody. As for Naniga and other Tinubu's attack dogs, God have mercy on them. Chiedu from Ogun State. Okay. Good evening to all listeners of Evening Rush. Esther, how are you today? Our guest, Andy, welcome. Inkoye Chris in Ikoton, Lagos. On Don't Speak Ill of the Dead issue, the theory or idiom is being misinterpreted. It simply means don't accuse the dead of what he has not done. If he is a nepotistic or criminal, you have done no wrong by saying it in his lying in state, even on his or her grave. I foresee Buhari looking for a hiding place from NSAS martyrs in the grave. All innocent bloods in his hands are waiting for his arrival to give account. It's a pity he has gone with no bodyguards. Nigeria will be great again. Good evening, Esther and Co. Some of us are discussing the death of Muhammadu Buhari as if he's a young man or died early. Let's remember that he enjoyed his life, was a president during military regime and a president under democracy. But my question is, how do our politicians with their old age continue to inflict hardship, poverty, preaching hate speech and suffering on their citizens, knowing too well that at their age it would be about making everything good and better? Well, let his death be a lesson to we the living, especially our corrupt, selfish politicians. Ralph from Satellite Town. Okay, Ralph, well done. Good evening, Esther and the guests in the studio. Esther, the real men that own the country called Nigeria gathered today from all over Nigeria, regardless of their party, tribes, and religion, and we the common people are being left to remain in IDP camp without fathers and mothers, sisters, brothers, and uncles. Tomorrow, someone will tell me that we're equal and own the country together. All these partners in looting despite their party, marry themselves, dance together, while me and you will be in the streets fighting and killing ourselves for their sake. Point of correction, no single positive policy from Buhari and APC. Buhari, go and face God. I know the INEC judiciary and the police will not be there to defend you. No amount of prayer will save the situation because a dead person is a dead person. Others learn if you people can learn. Mayor from Ikotu Egbe. Good evening, please. Let's be sincere. Buhari had contested 3 times with his 12 million and failed. Let's not say you want to buy a shoe and you have 12,000 to pay, but you were told it's not enough thrice. Then someone came and added 3,000. Then you were able to buy it. Tell me, is that person not the one who made the purchase of the shoe possible? I beg, let's leave propaganda. Without Tinubu, Buhari couldn't have been president. Who does his 12 million vote help initially? Yomi from Omole, Lagos. Yomi, they will say you are using it for propaganda. Good evening, Esther. I have said it in one of my messages that ADC just co-opted Peter Obi into the coalition to gain momentum and to give it credibility. The coalition is Atiku's project and Peter Obi and his handlers should have known. Well, it is not too late to take a decision on his political future. From Ulumba. Well, he can leave anytime he wants. He's not a member.
They didn't force him now.
No, he's not a member, so he can walk out.
He's not even a member.
He's not yet a member, so he can leave. Good evening. My names are Simon Ochuba. This life, no balance. Who tells the almighty Buhari that Nnamdi Kanu will see his end? This is a lesson to all politicians who believe that they are more Nigerian than Nigerians. Secondly, Obi should sit up in pursuit of his political ambition and be ready to accept vice. Because 12 million Buhari structure votes in the north is now disabled as Buhari is no more and can probably favor Atiku. The northern elite arguing moral of Tinubu making Buhari president when Buhari already has 12 million block of votes is a sign of defection and rejection to APC. Esther, you are hoping that Tinubu will start probing Buhari's government while Wike, Tinubu's boy, has kick-started a campaign against probing in Edo State. Jane from Ikeja. I disagree with your analyst that if primary is conducted in ADC, Peter Obi would win. Primary election is an inter-party election to be held within ADC. You will agree with me that defections to ADC are so far more done by the Northerners. We have more Northerners in ADC as we speak. Any primary election will go to Atiku by simple majority. The only way Peter Obi will get the presidential ticket is for ADC to handpick Obi as done in APC, where Tinubu has been handpicked. Jane from Ikeja. Good evening, Esther, and your wonderful analyst. It's not just about collecting Nigerians' money from the thieves. The question is, what will Tinubu do with the money after collection? Will he not give it to his cabal for lavishing spending as usual? Where is the money removed from subsidy and other IGR? This government does not have the ability to manage our resources because he's an extravagant person. Blessing from Ejibo. Esther, why are most of your guests so vulgar in their languages, calling an ex-president a fool? Very, very soon, Ogene, David from Oshodi, be coming down. No, people, not everyone can actually feel positive towards the former president.
I didn't call him that.
And I don't know who called him that. No, he's referring to Andy. Andy did not hide his mouth. Esther, good evening. I greet your guests. My name is Gabriel from Ikorodu. Esther, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar has run for presidency for almost 5 times. Indeed, he's actually the one that is desperate to rule. Anybody who gets himself involved in the act of buying people's conscience with money to vote for him is not fit to qualify and fit to lead Nigeria. How can somebody who wants to serve the nation be giving people bribe and buying everybody to vote for him? For me, such persons are not coming to serve the nation but to enrich themselves. Atiku is known for this. We must continue to voice out against this. Those who are rooting for Atiku who don't know what we want as a nation. But what if Atiku gives you what you desire? What if the last campaign of Atiku was to restructure? Everybody is calling for the restructuring of Nigeria. Some people feel that we are not together as Nigerians. We've never been together. So restructuring is the best way to go. And Atiku offered that. So what if he offers? What if that is?
I don't know. See, I don't know exactly what they have against me, and this thing can really cause a problem. And I don't like the way Tanko spoke today. He spoke like he's against the man as a person.
No, he didn't mention any names. He just said if there is a turn of the South.
No, he mentioned that Atiku should go and rest. He mentioned it. I was listening to your.
What Tanko is saying is that it's the turn of the South, and Peter Obi is trying to respect that verbal arrangement. So if he's trying to respect it, why can't they respect it? It's the turn of the South. The South still has 4 years, meaning that if Atiku has an intention, he should wait till 2031.
Listen, you've forgotten something, that this zoning is a party thing. Any party may choose not to follow it.
But you know that is what destroyed. That is what destroyed the PDP.
No. I'm not talking about whether PDP or not. I'm saying that it's a party thing.
What I'm saying is that all the parties are adopting it.
No, not all the party. It wasn't adopted in SCP. It wasn't adopted in which other part. There are so many parties. AAC didn't adopt it.
It seems that Peter Obi is going along that agreement that it is.
So it's a party thing. Okay. It's not a national thing. I don't care where you come from. You can come from Indonesia, or you can come from China and rule us. As long as you rule us as a servant, and then you do well. That's all.
So in other words, you're like, it doesn't matter if Atiku is a flag bearer. We should.
I don't care. I want somebody who can put this country right.
All right.
Buhari is dead now. What did he carry to
where he can pull the country right?
Yeah, I can see some qualities in him.
You're not sounding confident.
I can see some qualities.
You just say yes before you.
That's why I thought when I want to affirm something now.
No, it's a lie. I know you. You are very, very. You are pungent.
That's what I did now.
You did yes. That's how you sounded. Hello, good evening.
My God.
Hi, Esther, how you doing?
Good, I'm fine. Welcome.
Yeah. Good evening to Mr. Lawal.
Good evening, sir.
This is Remy.
Remy, go ahead.
Oh, Remy.
Like I said yesterday, let's stop advising Obi. Obi has done the right thing by presenting himself as the rightful candidate. The CV is there for us to see. His antecedents are there for us to see. Obi should do that. Obi should do that. What are we Nigerians going to do? I saw a video of an incumbent councillor and the incoming councillor at Ikorodu sharing rice less than a dirika and pieces of meat to Nigerians. I don't know if you saw the video.
To voters.
What is more denigrating than that?
You don't reach you.
That is what they want. We are being conditioned. That is what we are conditioned. They are conditioning us. So, sure you get. You don't need to have chains around your neck for you to be slave. They are conditioning the way we think. We have to say thank you to them for giving us something to eat on daily basis. That is the state of the country presently. So if those same people are not angry enough to desire good governance, Obi should just go and rest. Obi has what it takes to live a better life. We need Obi more than he needs us. So this advice that he should do this, Obi should don't sacrifice himself on Calvary because he was doesn't need the power. We need him. So we must show that we need him by coming out, whether from now, whether when the time comes. What are we going to do as a people? Obi should do that. Enough of that. What are we going to do? Good evening.
Good evening, Remy. Thank you. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello,
good evening. What's your name?
Hello.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
My name is Chebe the preacher man.
All right, sir. What's your name?
Yes, I'm calling from Isoki, Ogun State.
From Ogun State. All right, go ahead, sir.
Yes. What I want to say is that I wonder the kind of government we have in this country. When I think about it, it brings pain to my heart. They said we should patronize Nigeria, buy Nigeria, buy made in Nigeria. But when they are
hello.
I understand what he's saying.
But that network,
they tell us to buy. The government say buy made in Nigeria, but they don't actually patronize made in Nigeria.
I think he's referring to the medical thing. Esther, for me, this time 2027, we'll go suffer more from APC. Let's leave this confusion whether it's Obi or Atiku. But I believe in both working together to chase APC away. Obi will influence the eastern vote, while Atiku will influence the north. Chikena Joe from Bariga. Right now, it's like people don't care anymore. Let it just be any other person. That's how it is now. Good evening, Esther. Buhari have the mind to order armed men to kill Nigerians several times. Invasion of Kanu's house. Sunday, who answers and many more. Chike from Akmak. Chike, I did not read the other message. You know why I did not read it, Abby? Good evening, Esther and the guests in the house. Them say the president, sorry, former president don't die. But I say I no go believe them until I hear from you, Esther. She not true. Also, which one died? She not former or present? Promise from Jack one day. Promise. I don't know which other former. Now the one we will know for 2015 till 2023. In don't die. And he lived well. So we believe him. Let's not sugarcoat anything. Buhari regime was a gross disaster. We all knew where we were before he came on in 2015. The same thing Tinubu has carried on as he promised: higher insecurity, high cost of living, more borrowings without commensurate results, lopsided apartments, unbearable exchange rate, no trust in INEC, harsh commentaries like youth are lazy, Igbos are dots in a circle, asking Benue to live with killer headsmen as their brothers, corruption working on both legs and hands. For example, NNPC, not able to build good hospital that can treat him, preference to Niger Republic abandoning the whole of Southeast and South-South. It was indeed a terrible 8 years we passed under Buhari. It is a lesson for the living rulers to think again so that people will not jubilate when they die, but mourn and remember their legacies. Hello, good evening. You're the final caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening. What's your name?
Hello.
I can hear you. What's your name?
Hello.
I can hear you. What is your name?
My name is The Truth.
From the town of Injustice. Okay, Harry,
Yes,
you're the last caller
straight
today.
to the point.
Go ahead, please.
I just want to let all of us, especially Bayo Ononuga, and the man in charge of the FCC, what is his name, and the president, to know that this life is transit. What has happened now should serve as a lesson for them. I'm going to die. I brought nothing, and I'm going with nothing. So all the wealth they are acquiring, that of the late president, the former president, should teach them a lesson that they should repent and do the needful to the masses.
Okay.
Simple as ABC. Thank you, ma.
Thank you so much, Truth. Thank you. All right. Wow, quite a lot of messages here. So I'll go with the SMS. Good evening, my daughter Esther and your guest. Please, APC as a party has failed Nigerians, and I support any move that can remove them from power, or we all sink forever. Thanks. Wachuku from Oshodi. Good evening, VOP House. Mr. Ekunda, Miss Esther. Good evening. Nigeria must not forgive former president. What is this? They will come and invoke hardship and pains, and then when their days are getting over, we hear, please forgive us. Okay, if there is any country that wants to adopt citizens, please, I am available. I'm tired of all this. Electoral reform is the only option. All right, greeting Esther Wachuku. God word for you is in Galatia 1:24. Please organize a meeting quickly. Myself, yourself, and Mr. Darlington, anywhere for an important information, highly beneficial to all of us. Thanks. All right, okay. Okay, Esther, the policies killing factories and companies, that's why we have prostitution and Yahoo, high import costs, bad roads, no constant light, killer taxes, politicians never doing anything about it. Koboko man, if Obi be vice, I will vote Tinubu. Koboko. Yeah. Wahala. Okay, well, these are all the SMSs that I think are available right now. Let me quickly take two more on YouTube. ECA says it doesn't make any sense for power to return to the north. Chingy team, Tinubu has made it worse. Tinubu has made it worse if you want to tell yourself the truth. Osuji Young, I'm an Igbo man married to a Yoruba woman. This tribalism became worse under under Buhari's regime. Article time is over. We can't solve a problem and create another one. Article should bow out for a more energetic and articulated Obi. Prince Obo, okay. Obed Oji, yes, this caller is right. It was General Idiagbon that was actually handling that government when they plotted coup. And, okay, I'm sorry, the calls are interrupting. When they plotted coup, and in the 9th of December 31, 1982, Buhari has always claimed he never knew. Interesting. This messages from YouTube. Okay, it's a big shame. Noni Odams, power should be in the south now. If North cannot back Obi for the ticket, then Tinubu should continue. Chilled power, Boko Haram will rest in pieces. Hell Fatah awaits them. Alright, in fact, Mr. Andy, you have spoken well. Everything he said is very correct. Oladimeji Michael. Okay, So, why didn't they bury Buhari in Maradi, Niger Republic? He built a railway to his father's land to import the rampaging killer headsmen terrorizing Nigeria to date. James Manu, always Yoruba. Please, I'm not going to read that one. All right. Wisdom. Okay. Mr. Lawal Kondaya, what's your final take?
Now, I have two final takes. The first one is that I am looking. Let me say it so that people will know that we are not here to support anybody, any politician. We are just analyzing. I am looking forward to the present government of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to do magic. You get it? Do something about the government so that we can do more. We can praise him in the next 1 month. You know, we'll see a turnaround and we'll be getting to talk about it here, and then we'll forget about the others. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm looking forward to that. That is one side. Then the second side is that people should not expect that INEC is going to make any law that was going to, any improvement. If they don't fight, they don't make that move to compel INEC to do it. So the power belongs to the people. Anything the people want, that is what is going to happen if the people are ready for that thing to happen.
Okay.
So power belongs to the people. Don't be afraid.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we need to wrap up right about now. You heard Mr. Lawal Kondaya. Power belongs to the people. So it's all about you. It all depends on you. So let's try as much as possible to be positive. Make sure that you get your voters card. INEC has already begun registration of permanent voters card nationwide ahead of the 2027 elections. So if for some of you who were disappointed based on the outcome of the 2023 elections, you broke your card or something, go and register. A lot of you did that in 2023. You were so angry, you were vehement. They were so disappointed. You've forgotten that there is tomorrow. Well, go now. They started registrations for 2027. It's not last minute. So it's not about, I want this person to win. Is your voter's card? I heard something that one of the reasons why MC Oluomo that time in Lagos, they queried him when they allowed Lagos to go. Is there some of the boys that were shouting and whatever, they too, they did not have PVC. They did not have. So you guys, go and get your PVC. Go and register. Have yourself an amazing evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.